That's all that I could get a glimpse of. She will now pull away from the
Her hair is down. Her hair isn't.
Unless, of course, she has to have her shoulders and her arms covered because of the solemnity of Westminster Abbey. The veil will also be long because it will be a traditional wedding dress. We also expect her to have a train. I heard rumours it was 10 foot long. We'll have to wait and see.
Can you tell, looking at that dress, the designer? Would you?
I think that the rumours that it's Sarah Burden are pretty much confirmed.
Let's go over to Gabrielle Hackworthy and Amanda Wakely. Based on what you've seen, ladies, what can you tell us?
It looks very similar to a Philippa Leckley design. She's noted for her bodice with lace overlay, so it could be Philippa. But until we see the skirt, it's hard to tell. We've just seen the top and bodice at this point.
As we mentioned, Kate and Prince William met at St. Andrews University in Scotland back in 2001. Theirs has been a romance that has been some 10 years in the making, on and off again a little bit, but mostly on again. They now live up in Anglesey in Scotland, remote part of Wales.
Here's a journey that she's beginning that will transform her life forever.
And for the last time, I will say it, they used to call her Weighty Katie, and she is waiting no more.
You can see her juggling her bouquet of flowers, a beautiful selection of champagne-looking roses and carnations. Just by the way, like my wife carried when we got married 25 years ago.
We would expect there as well to be a sprig of myrtle in the bouquet. That's a royal tradition started by Queen Victoria. There is a myrtle bush or tree that still grows at Osborne House, her palace on the Isle of Wight, and everybody who marries into the royal family carries a sprig from that tree in their wedding bouquet.
Do you do here something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue?
Certainly we do, Meredith, and we're expecting perhaps Kate's tiara to be both old and borrowed.
And possibly blue if they're set up.
Gabrielle and Amanda, have you been able to get any more glimpses of the dress?
Well, we can see that it's a long sleeve dress with lace overlay and a very full skirt, and we're very excited that she's wearing a tiara. There was some talk that she may wear a floral wreath, but the tiara looks spectacular on her, and it would be one of the ones from the Queen's personal collection that she would have given to Kate for the day.
And people were hoping that she'd wear that hair down because it was so beautiful.
Her hair's absolutely gorgeous, Meredith. It would be a shame not to show it off. She's really enjoying this. She's smiling, she's waving. She looks incredibly relaxed.
And Mr. Middleton sounds like looks like a wonderfully proud father.
It really does.
And what a fine man. It must be very nerve-wracking.
We were talking earlier about whether Catherine would wear the tiara of the Queen, the one that was worn by Princess Anne. But she doesn't appear to be wearing it.
They're just coming up behind us now, Martin. You can see the motorcycle leading her by the crowd here at Buckingham Palace and the reaction that she's getting.
Momentous scenes down here at Buckingham Palace. The crowd is just on fever pitch now, having glimpsed the bride. They've waited for hours for this moment, and there she is in all her glory.
She does look beautiful, doesn't she?
It's just impossible to imagine what is going through her mind. It really is. I mean, for all that she has heard about what this day would be like, to actually be in the back of that car, seeing these people lining these streets, waving to her with such a show of emotion.
I think she is wearing a tiara, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
She is. Absolutely is.
I know the bridesmaids and the page boys.
They look gorgeous, don't they?
Yes.
The boys are both matching Prince William with
The red
dress.
One of
There's Pippa.
One of them is Billy Lowther Pinkerton, the son of the private secretary, and the other one is Tom Pettifer, the son of Tiggy Legfur. The one's 10 and the other's 8. And then he has...
Pippa, by the way, is 27 years old, not married, and was recently crowned the country's most desirable singleton by Society magazine back in 2008.
What a lovely touch that is, Matt and Meredith, to see Pippa leading the little girls just by hand there. They're only little, they're 3 years old. and it's going to be a moment for their mothers to treasure forever.
But unlike in the U.S., the bridesmaids and the page boys will follow the bride
Yes,
up the aisle.
that's what we understand from what Buckingham Palace have told us. They will
Rather
go
than
behind.
lead.
We've had problems. In Queen Victoria's time, the bridesmaids kept treading on the dress.
We haven't said much, by the way, just briefly about security as we watch these cars pass so many people, the general public, people from all around the world. Obviously, you see the soldiers or the police officers there with their backs to the car. It's an enormous undertaking to secure this event.
5,500 Metropolitan Police officers are on duty, undercover officers and members of the armed forces, sniper positions, and what's been wonderful hitherto, there doesn't appear to have been a single moment's trouble.
Just getting a glimpse of that tiara there, I am not a jewellery expert, but the best odds were on the Cambridge Lovers Knot tiara that was one of the Queen's favourites, which she loaned to Diana on her wedding day. It was a gift from the Queen. She didn't wear it on her wedding day, Diana, because of course she wore a Spencer tiara. But it was one of her favourites and returned to the Queen after Diana's death. I wonder whether that's that tiara. We shall wait. I'm waiting anxiously for the email from Buckingham Palace confirming exactly what Kate Middleton is wearing.
And if it was, it would be another nod to Diana, one of many.
Of course.
And one thing that has been a little late this morning, we have been expecting that email from the palace describing the dress in detail. They said they'd give it to us as soon as we saw it. Maybe they
The minute she gets out, yes.
she gets out of the car.
You really can see it. Yeah.
Okay, so we should be getting that then shortly.
The other two bridesmaids are Lady Louise Windsor, the daughter of the Earl of Essex, and Margaretha Armstrong-Jones, the daughter of Lord Linley. They're 7 and 8.
Stress very different from the one that sort of stole William's heart back in 2002.
Yes. Although it has a nice element mode, it's
So that was some secret.
And here they're driving along government buildings en route to the Abbey itself. And she is holding a bouquet in one hand and waving in the other. This is a very relaxed young lady.
She's a natural royal, Martin. When we saw her out in St Andrews and at Anglesey for those first engagements she did with William, she got out of the car and the audience gasped. And she looked as if she'd been doing it for years. She's a natural and she's a class act, this girl, really.
Which is probably why her popularity continues to grow with every poll.
If it is the Cambridge tiara, it would of course also be a nod to the fact that she's becoming the Duchess of Cambridge.
Here's me crossing my fingers, Andrew, hoping it is.
The ceremony itself is expected to last just over an hour. That's my understanding, about an hour and 5 minutes or so. Afterward, they will, along with the guests, make their way out of the Abbey back to Buckingham Palace for lunch and receptions tonight, but not before. At about, I believe it's 8:25 East Coast time, we will see the kiss on the balcony just behind us here at Buckingham Palace.
And you know, Matt, when you said that, the sun has just begun to shine.
Let's go back to Anne at Westminster Abbey, where Catherine Middleton is now arriving.
That's right. The sun, as we just heard, has just come out, just in the few moments before Kate Middleton arrived, and she's about to step out of the car. Let's take in this moment. We can see her sister Pippa is now leaving the Abbey to come and greet her sister.
Sarah Burton designed the dress.